Hey guys, how are you? Mike Gonsalves here from the Wellness Bucket. Thank you so much for being here and joining me once again for another Motivational Monday message. Happy you guys are here as always, and let's go ahead and get started. So this week's message is, with the upcoming new year, I wanted to talk a little bit about the difference between those who, have their goals and their commitments for the new year, and what's the difference between those who actually go on to achieve the goals and those who don't. What's the difference there? Why, someone could have the same goal to lose the weight or, whatever, train for that marathon, and one will end up doing it and the other one won't. Well, why? They both have the same goal, right? Well, there's four things that come to mind. So whatever your goals are for this coming year, and whether that for you is to run a marathon, lose weight, go travel, start a business, whatever the heck it is, whatever your goal or goals are, these are the four things I would ask you to focus on, that I actually focus on myself, and I'm going to ask that you guys focus on as well to get these damn goals accomplished, is the following. Okay, so number one is have a clearly defined goal. So know exactly what it is you want. So I always say that because, for instance, to just say, hey, to lose weight, well, what does that mean? Is that 1 pound, 20 pounds, 100 pounds? It's a whole different ball game, all three of these areas. So have a clearly defined goal so you know exactly what it is you're going for. If it's, hey, I want to write, or I want to lose, I want to get rid of debt. Well, how much debt? Is it $5,000? Is it $10,000? Have that clearly defined number in your mind. Or, hey, I want to save X amount of money. Well, how much? Have that clearly defined number in your head, or a clearly defined goal in your head, so you know exactly what it is. There's no question what you're going for. You know exactly what it is you're going for, so clearly define your goals, number one. Number two is, I can't emphasize this enough, is actually the process of writing it down. Write it down. What's your goal? Write that down. I can actually stare and look at my goals for this month right there on the wall behind me, in front of me, and so I can stare at it every day. So it's just one thing to write it down. What I ask that you do is then take what you've written down and put it in front of you. Stare at it every day in front of your mirror in the bathroom or your office or whatever it may be. Stare at your goals. Write it down, one, and stare at it. Think about it. Everything that's important in our lives is, we actually legally commit to it, whether it's, a student loan or getting married or buying a house, right? There's this legal commitment. Well, let's do the same thing with our darn goals, right? Take our goal, write it down, and sign your name to it. Legally commit to it, that this is what I'm doing. I'm committed to this. So I can't emphasize that number two enough. Write it down, number two. Number three, this one is probably the biggest one. It's the one that's missing the most, is have a plan. Okay, so that's your goal. How are you going to get there? And I have fallen victim to this myself so many times in the past, where it's like, hey, I'm going to do a Spartan race, or I'm going to run an ultra marathon. Okay, well, great, that's your goal. Well, what's the plan to get there? What's my training plan look like? Spartan race, when is it? What's the training look like? So whatever the goal is, have a plan to back it up. Well, how am I going to get there? If it's losing 20 pounds, okay, you clearly defined it. How are you going to lose it? Do you have a plan in place? If you don't have a plan, okay, well, go online somewhere, find a training plan for running a marathon, losing weight, saving money, starting a business, whatever it may be. There's plenty of free resources online, or buy one. I mean, some of them are expensive, some of them are not as expensive, but have a plan. Whether you create it yourself, have a friend help you, get it free online, or just purchase one, but have a plan is number three. And number four is commit. It's literally make the commitment to see the plan or see that goal through. We can't just say, hey, I want to lose 30 pounds and think in 2-3 weeks it's going to happen. We got to commit to it and stay the course and go for it the whole entire time. And we could even break commitment down into, eliminating distractions, making the necessary sacrifices, and even implementing focus. When I say focus, I think follow one course until successful. Not getting distracted on all different areas. So for me, I know it's finances, right? Is budgeting, and my goal of financially budgeting and having these clearly defined goals for myself. And I struggle with that all the time, and because there's always distractions as far as what I want to buy, and I don't want to make the sacrifices because I want to go buy this and go to dinner here, and it's hard to focus sometimes. And I know that if I'm going to see these goals through for myself, whether it's this year or the following year, I need to really implement those three, and it starts with just committing myself to those goals. So just to recap, guys, the four things to do is, one, clearly define those goals. Clearly define what they are. 2, write them down. And not just write them down, but keep them in front of you where you can see them in plain sight every day. Number 3 is make a plan. Have a plan for how you're going to achieve that specific goal. And number 4, commit, commit, commit. Commit to that plan, commit to that goal until you see it through. Follow through. All right, guys? That's the difference between those who accomplish the goals they set out to accomplish and those who don't. Not that one is better than the other. It's just one actually followed through on these 4 and made it happen. So hopefully that's you this year or this coming year, guys. If I can help you in any way achieving those goals, don't ever hesitate to reach out to me. It's mike@thewellnessbucket.com. You're awesome. Thanks for being here. Here's to a great week ahead. And until next Monday, cheers.